Hello, my name is Nico and I am a client architect with Splunk in Sydney. This video has been prepared for GovHack 2015 and today I'll be exploring some advanced data loading techniques. What you would have seen in the downloading, installing and importing data tutorial, how to load a single CSV file into Splunk. In one of the other videos, the advanced search tutorial, you will see how to query using that data using lookup tables. So what I'll be showing you in this video is how to create one of those automatic lookups. I'll also be showing you how to monitor a directory on the server for new files and how to load non-CSV data. So I'll be combining the last two of those into a single exercise. So if we do a search, in this case we're looking for the host name of Vic Roads, and this is the same data that was loaded in the downloading, installing and importing data video. We'll notice that Splunk has automatically extracted some interesting fields because it's a CSV file and the headers describe the fields. There's a few things missing here that isn't provided in that file, but it is in another lookup file. So I'm particularly curious about age and sex in this case. So if we have a look, Vic Roads also provides this file called persons.csv, and in here there is a key called accident number, which corresponds to the same key in the file that we've loaded, and we also have the sex and age in this file. So I'll go ahead and set that up right now. So what you can do is you can head over to settings and go to lookups, and from here now there's three steps that we need to do. So the first thing is to take this lookup, which is sitting on my local PC, and upload it to the server, and that's the first step. In the second, we create a definition on that file name, and in the third step we can create an automatic lookup which will automatically look up the data whenever we query the base table, or the base data rather. So I would just go back to there. You click on lookup table files and you click on new, and from here we browse for the file that we want, and it is person.csv. So we also need to give it a name for the server, or how we'd like to save it on the server. So I'll save that. At this point what you can do is you can go back to settings, lookups, or you can click on the lookups hot link at the top here. So now we create the lookup definition, and again click on new, and the name here I'll just call that persons, and it's file-based lookup, and we want to use the person.csv. Let's just name that person then, shall we? And we save that, and we head back to lookups, and now we go and add the automatic lookup. So I hit new and call that person underscore lookup, and we can now first we choose the lookup table that we've created in the second step, and now we can choose to automatically apply this to either a particular source type, a source, or a host. And of course for the same lookup table you can create multiple ones, so you can apply to both a source and a host. In this case I'll just add it to the host named Vic Roads. And what we need to do is firstly define the input fields. So in that case it would be accident number, and this is the key that's present in both of these files. And then further on we'll add sex and age. So this was accident underscore number, and it was the same name in both files. And then the output fields that we want to create is sex. Let's just add another field, and age. And we go ahead and save that. So that's all done, and if we go ahead and just search across this data again, we'll notice now that age is here and sex as well. So if we click on sex, there are the values. we can examine the top values at this point and get that into maybe a pie chart, and you'll see that, not very surprisingly, most of the folks involved in accidents are male. So you'd probably want to dig a little bit deeper to see who was responsible for those accidents. So that covers the first part of the tutorial, which is creating the automatic lookups. And now we'll look at monitoring a directory for non-CSV files. So what we do at this point is we head back to settings and we go to add data, and I'll select monitor. So this will monitor a file on this particular server. So I head over to files and directories, browse to where the data is, and it's sitting in this directory over here, which I've created earlier, and it's the weblogs directory. And we'll go next, and at this point Splunk would automatically try to select the best source type that it can, but what I will do is I'll go select, and at this point you can choose from quite a few pre-canned source types, and I will be choosing access combined, but you can also go to manual and create your own source type at this point, or you manually input the data. So I've chosen access combined. I'll save it to this application, and I will use a constant value here, and I'll call that Vic Web. You can also let it default to the host name, and then I'll create a new index just to show you how to do that if you want to, and I'll call this, let's call it web data. So we'll save that and head over back to the previous page, refresh that, and select web data. So we'll review our settings and submit that. So we can now start searching, extract some fields, add some more data, or build some dashboards. So I'll start searching, and here is the data that I loaded. And you can follow these steps for any other data types that you might want to add. Thank you very much. Have a great GovHack 2015, and remember that there will be Splunk experts on hand in all the major cities to help you with any questions that you may have.